contest against the frustration maybe of not having kicked on in that second half?
Oh, I think we can be critical of ourselves in terms of we created probably a lot of problems for ourselves by not being accurate in sort of key and critical moments. You know, that's what Test match rugby is all about. You're in that arm wrestle. You've got to, and to say in that fight is about being accurate. And we can probably, you know, we've spoken about us being hard on ourselves in areas that we need to improve in. I was pleased that I thought there were a number of improvements in that performance, but obviously there's still a lot of work for us to do.
How did you feel the new look backline went?
Yeah, I thought Joe Hawkins went well, and Mason for his first cap. You know, we defended well. Times we probably need to create a little bit more width on attack, and that's something we'll continue to work on. And then probably a transition going from defence or going from a kick, receiving a kick, and then into attack needs a little bit of work. And so those are areas that we can concentrate on improving going forward.
Did you feel that the problems off the field in the week and having to scrap one training session contributed at all?
Oh no, we didn't. We weren't making any excuses for what happened in the week, and you know, getting up for an England Wales game is not difficult. You know, the week was challenging. We realise and we understand that, but we weren't making any excuses.
And looking forward to Rome, could unfortunately be a wooden spoon decider. What sort of improvements do you need to make sure you're on the right side there?
Yeah, I think I've spoken about them already in terms of us being able to control the things that we're able to do in critical moments, whether that's, you know, nailing the line out or, you know, the ball going to ground from pass, which is those sort of things are in our control. We're a little bit of contact stuff that we can tidy up, particularly in the 22, and then just creating a bit more width on attack. And yeah, it's and we do, you know, a lot of work in terms of receiving kicks. You know, we've put a couple down and knocked them on, which has, you know, allowed them to shift the momentum and stuff. So like I said, there was a number of things that we were happy with and improved on, and come at the half time thinking we're in this game, and said to Ken about let's stay on the arm wrestle, and you know, we're not quite there yet, but like I said, I thought we are going in the right direction.
Ken, given the difficult background, how do you feel you represented yourselves on the pitch there?
I'm proud of the boys. I think we fronted up. There was a lot of good stuff out there. The energy, the work rate, I can't question that. A little bit of accuracy, like Gat said, of certain areas, but you know, we've trained well over the last 2 weeks with everything that's gone on. When we've been on the field, we've worked hard and put a shift in. So, you know, we drew a line in the sand on Wednesday, and we're not having that as an excuse. We're disappointed to have lost the test match, because I think we had opportunities to put some more points on the board, and we didn't do that. But I thought it was a definite step up in what we're trying to achieve as a group, and I'll keep backing the boys to do that.
Given the results this season, how much pressure will be on the Rome trip now, do you think?
Well, every game in a Welsh shirt is a must-win. I'm not hiding away from that fact. You know, neither side of, you know, we haven't won a game yet, so we're going to be going out there and putting pressure on ourselves to win. But we do every time we put on the red shirt.
Matt?
Warren, two big moments before half-time, two missed chances. Did they feel like the momentum swung back England's way when you missed those opportunities before the break?
Which ones?
You got down into England's 22 close to
Yeah.
the line, and they won 2 penalties.
Yeah, that was, you know, that's kind of been a little bit of our Achilles heel at the moment, talking about being accurate and clinical in the opposition 22, and just probably we're just exposing the ball and allowing the opposition to get on it. I thought one of them was a bit unlucky. I thought the hands are on the ground and stuff, and we didn't get too many penalties from breakdown stuff. We had a couple against us, but I'm not being critical of the referee. It's just the way it is. We just need to be a little bit more accurate, a bit more patient in that area, and just making sure that we focus on securing the ball. So and then because the ultimate is you want to come away with points, whether that's 3 or 7, whatever, and particularly in a game against England where it's going to be a tight game and an arm wrestle, and just making sure that you make the most of those opportunities.
Just from you named a sort of younger forward pack in Scotland and a younger back line today. What can we expect with Rome? Are you going to keep sort of changing it, or?
Well, I think that we've looked at a few players, and then we probably need. It's all very well to say, this player needs to play and that needs to play, but you need a little bit of continuity as well in terms of selection. We wanted to find out about some of the players in the squad, and kind of feel, having done that from a few games and trainings, I think probably the thing is thinking about cohesion as much as anything as well going forward, and particularly for the Italy game, which becomes pretty important.
Alex?
Warren and Freddie Stewart was dominant in the air. Did you feel like you could have maybe mixed it up instead of kicking to him, or did you feel like you had to kick maybe because you weren't rusty?
Oh, I think that he was good in the air. I thought apart from a couple, Lee Harping, he did a good job there as well. So we did speak at half time about mixing up, and I think as you saw probably in the second half we've had a crossfield kick where we haven't gone to him. He doesn't sort of traditionally go where normal fullbacks go. He sort of takes up that winger's role, and from a box kick scenario, he was excellent there. So, but it's an area that we do a lot of work on as well, and keep working hard and practicing. And we had a couple of kicks today where we did retain the ball, and it can be quite. It's a massive opportunity when you do receive your own kick, in terms of you've kicked it, and they did it on a couple of occasions as well. So from creating an attacking opportunity. So, but look, he was pretty good.
Do you feel like the attack's going to come with time, along with the goal, or how much of a concern is it for you?
Yeah, I think that, like I said, some of that transition stuff probably getting a little bit more width and on a game in terms of the scanning and just making sure that we work hard with everyone on the same page, particularly in the opposition 22, and just having looked back on during the game a couple of clips where someone's straightened up a little bit or stayed a bit squarer, not got lateral, it might have created a bit more space. So those are the sorts of things that just we need to keep working hard and replicating at training to just get a little bit more accurate. We didn't feel that England had particularly stressed us as well from an attacking perspective. Sinclair's try, there was a couple of players who probably overcommitted to the breakdown. It was a diff, and then they've scored off basically from a set piece scrum where that's for us was a bit disappointing, because I think a couple of players' roles could have been a little bit different in terms of looking to stop that. But
David?
Warren Ken made the point that every game is a must-win, but is this Italy game suddenly even more important, and maybe one of the more important with your time in charge?
The last thing you want to do is get a wooden spoon, do you? So that's and that's got to be our focus from that. I think that part of this Six Nations is about us thinking about the next 6 or 7 months as well. And like I said, we've got some older experienced players who are still holding their hand up, and we've got some talented youngsters who need some time. We just haven't got probably that group in the middle of a lot of those players who have had 30 or 40 caps. So we've got to try and marry the two together and start thinking a bit about that going forward, and also giving some of those youngsters some more time together, because look, you can't coach experience, and that was part of the conversation they had with Joe Hawkins during the week. He wasn't particularly happy with his game against Scotland, made a couple of errors, but I thought he had a good game and improved again today from us giving him the confidence to go out there and play, and he's a player I think he will continue to get better and better, but he just needs more time in the middle.
Just on ruck speed, England just seemed a little bit more momentum, a bit more pace, ruck time today. Was that an execution thing or perhaps a balance thing in terms of you get quite a wide running back row? Was that a little bit of an execution thing or a balance thing in terms of ruck speed?
Yeah, I think one of the focus things for us was from a defensive point of view was to get our fold right and our numbers right, and probably the two early games we've sometimes overcommitted to the short side in terms of numbering up. So definitely, there was an improvement in that area, and probably as a result, we didn't compete quite as hard as we might have done at the breakdown. They competed really hard at the breakdown. So it was just kind of one sort of step at a time in terms of trying to fix up certain areas, and once we get those things right, then we can concentrate on other areas. So look, I thought our numbering up was much better, and I haven't seen in terms of the percentage, ruck speed and them compared to us, but it'll give us a good indication when we do get those numbers.
Will?
Warren, do you feel like you're now looking at a bigger rebuild than you thought when you took the job? Now that you're in the seat and you've had the 3 games?
Well, there's definitely some things that we need to work hard on in terms of for me it's probably when the team's going well and playing with confidence and winning. It's the big moments that you nail. It's kind of like critical line out that's there, or you're going into 22s and you're coming away with points, and I don't think we're miles away, but we're kind of, if you look at the game and you're thinking, we've just got something there, and we've got a line out that's a big moment in terms of going forward, and we have an overthrow or we have a turnover sort of in the 22. It's frustrating, and it's hurting us. It's not the opposition hurting us at the moment, it's ourselves. We're hurting ourselves, and I think we've just got to continue to keep working with the intensity that we're trying to create at training, so that our decision making continues to improve going forward. Decision making under pressure, and we saw again tonight that it's an area that we need to get better at, because there's critical moments that are being pretty costly for us.
Are you confident you've got enough in the group and in the coaching staff and all that to peak at them when you get to the World Cup?
I know that the best thing about a World Cup is the amount of time that you got together, and I know when we get to the World Cup, the hard work that we would have put in, I think the improvement that we'll get in strength and power and fitness will have a significant impact in terms of the performances of this team going forward.